All right, guys, let's take a quick minute to focus on another option into getting in and out of the prone position when we're working in these sandy environments. So when we've been talking about the combat mobility system, and people are asking me, Rich, why is it important to keep both hands on the gun, or why do you prefer to keep both hands on the gun to engage the ground and then to get up? Is that just fancy? It seems not practical. So this weekend, as we've been doing our team movement and communication course, and we've been running and doing the team movement drills in this really sandy environment, what we keep seeing is guys' guns getting jammed up, right? Because this is what's happening. They're running, okay, I'm up, they see me, I'm down. So what the people are jumping into the prone position, they're getting up, they're running to a new position, they're dropping back into prone, they're getting up. And as we're doing these bounding drills, the way they're engaging the prone position, because they just don't know our combat mobility system yet, is they're running. First thing they're doing is they're dropping into their knees, right? They're just dropping onto their elbows into the prone position, which they're getting away with right now because we're on super soft sand. But if once we get into a harder surface, this can lead to injury. If you land on a rock or a tree stump or a root or something like that, and you land on your knees and then fall into your elbows, you can injure yourself. But this is the main thing for what we're gonna cover right now. The people are going like this, and they're putting their support hand right in the sand. And they're going like this to stand up and out of the prone position. When they bring their hand up, their hands are covered in this soft sand, and they're putting them right on the gun. They're grabbing their magazines, they're doing their magazine change, they're running their, they're clearing their jams and all this kind of stuff. And as they're working the gun, all the sand from their hands is finding its way up into the gun and through their gear. So now the sand's on their gear, they're grabbing it, and the sand's getting everywhere. And their guns keep jamming. So on Saturday of the seminar, Saturday, Sunday seminar, on Saturday, I then showed them this technique. And then come the second half of Saturday and all Sunday, the jams almost completely went away due to sand interference by simply keeping our hands clean and keeping the gun clean by the way we engage the ground. So the second thing that was happening, besides their hand going onto the ground, was this. So they're in the prone position and they go to get up, and when I said keep both hands on the gun, then what was happening, or some guys even did it when they took one hand off, but they were going like this, and this is why I'm using a blue gun right now. They would go like this to get up, and their barrel was going right into the sand. And I know you're like, dude, come on, who's gonna do that? I'm telling you, I've seen it happen many, many times. And when guys are wearing body armor and full kit, and you're doing this, and you're running and you're sprinting for 100 or 200 yards, getting up and down with all your kit on, people get really tired. And when people get tired, simple mistakes like that happen, okay? So we're gonna cover a few things real quick. Running forward into the prone, instead of me just dropping onto my knees and smashing my knees, I can very simply, as I'm running up, high ready, low ready, aiming, whichever position the gun's in, it's really irrelevant for this. But let's just say I'm here, I'm running up, and as I drop to my knees, instead of just falling forward, I can let my knees kind of come toward each other like this. And it looks kind of silly, but this is what happens. My knees coming into each other slow. See how slow I can do that? So my knees coming up, I'm running, my knees drop toward each other, and allows me to plant them softly. From here, instead of falling forward, my hips actually go back. When my hips go back like this, it puts my legs flat, it gets my hips low, and now look how far to the ground my elbows are. So here I just lean forward to my elbows, and this is the part where we have to take the buttstock out of our shoulder so that I don't do what I just showed you with the barrel and go like this. Especially with a longer barrel. So when I'm coming up and going down, I have to take the buttstock out of my shoulder or my collarbone. So I get to here, when I punch the gun out, I can get my elbows to the ground, and now I slide my hips back. I'm into the prone position, bang, bang, bang. So from here, instead of planting my hand to get up, I remove the buttstock from my collarbone, and in this position, depending on your athletic level or your strength, I can bring up one leg or both legs. Let's do one leg first. It's the easier method. So I bring one knee up, and what I do is I get this knee, just like we were a second ago, I get this knee right up on my elbow. My next knee comes in and I sit my hips back. I get that weight off my elbows, and this allows me to sit up, which I can go to kneeling, or I keep that momentum going and I roll back to my heels to where I can come up. So let me do this a little bit faster so we can see it. So I'm coming forward, I'm running up, I go to get down, very smooth and quick. Okay, I go to get up, I'm gonna do one leg at a time. So I come here, okay, now I'm in this position, I can stand and move. Very simple, my hands are clean, my hands stay on the gun, I can stay pointed, high ready, low ready, doesn't matter. Okay, now I'll just do one real quick with both legs. Same concept, so I come up, I'm here, down. Okay, so now if both legs come in, I very simply take the buttstock off my collarbone, bring both legs in, and again, I can come up to kneeling, or I can roll back and go forward. So, again, the combat mobility system is not just for looking cool and being fancy. It allows us to keep our gun in the fight, whether we're aiming at the target or we're keeping our gun up and running, because we're reducing our sandy hands and our dirty equipment from getting the gun in a position where it's now being impeded by environmental factors, whether it's sand, mud, snow, it doesn't matter. I want to keep my hands clean, because otherwise every time I get up, you see the guys, they get up and as they're running, their hands aren't coming right back on the gun. They're doing this, trying to get all the sand off. So again, just a quick tip, hopefully it helps. Keep watching for more of our combat mobility system, and keep watching for the additional training videos we're going to have coming out soon on fullspectrumwarrior.us. So check it out and we'll keep them coming for you.